Mic check, mic check.
I think I'm hearing you.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Hold on, wait. Give me 1 second. Let me post that link that you just gave me on the actual.
You guys are recording this?
It's live, but
Yeah.
it's not.
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
we're live. Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, we're live.
All right.
All right. So give me 1 second. I'm just going to post this, and we're going good. Boom. All right, just so I can
Like there's footages later I can post, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
All right, here we go. Boom.
That'd be great.
Paste. All right, here we go. Bam. Let's go. All right. Yep, we're going. We're good. Peace, everyone. Welcome to the Full Notice Podcast. And today we have a very special guest. We've been communicating for some time, trying to get this going. And it's been a challenge to get her on because she's always traveling. She's always traveling the world, going places. Like, I got so many questions. I literally go on her page, and it's just fun to see something new, it's like, I can't even describe how interesting her life is. So I want to introduce everyone to Lume.
Oh, hey. Hey. What's up?
So,
Gotta look at the lighting. Making sure I look good.
oh yeah, always looking good at all times.
Thank you.
So yeah, I remember the first messages I sent you was like, I asked you about a song, cause it's like you had a song. It was by like WizKid.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Oh my God.
It was like a WizKid song, and I was like,
Yeah.
yo, who's that?
Are we playing that right now? What's up?
Oh, the song? Oh man, no, probably
Okay.
get copywritten.
Oh.
But
Okay.
yeah, that song I have on my playlist, so you can definitely play that song.
Yeah.
I remember I remember I was like, I was following you, I was watching your stories, and I'm like, where's she going today? So I would click, and you'd be somewhere new, and I'm just like, all right, what song was this? And I just like wrote you a message, and that was like the start of our friendship. And
over a song.
What's up?
Over a song.
Yeah, over a song.
I love it.
Yeah. And from there I kind of invited you on the pod, and here you are.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, so we're happy to have you here. It's an honor. You know, it's been a while since we've been communicating and trying to get this done, so I'm excited.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about, like, who you are. I want you to just tell our audience who you are, what you do, and just kind of give us like a basic overview, and then I'm gonna start asking you a bunch of questions because I have so many questions for you.
Okay.
So yeah, so who are you?
Where do I start? I'm a spiritual being. I think I was sent down here to awaken souls.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely.
Am I starting off too much?
No. Go in
Yeah.
on that for sure.
So I discovered this year, there's been a lot of changes in my life this year. I've discovered that, oh, wow, okay, so all the obstacles that I've been through since the day I was born till now has been for a purpose.
Right.
Which is to bring love to this world. As crazy as it sounds, that's what we need.
Yeah, no, it's not crazy at all.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that that God, the Most High, the Creator, sends down like prophets, messengers, and it seems like your message is always of love, very positive. You show it through your Instagram stories, which is how I like kind of see it, and it's always positive. It's weird because you see a lot of like beautiful women always post like just like sexual content all the time, and like you don't get that with you. It's always something classy, something very,
Aw.
very like I literally enjoy watching your content, and it makes me like you exude respect.
Oh,
You know what I'm
thank
saying?
you. I
So
really appreciate that.
yeah, for sure. That's what we see when we like look into your content. It's not nothing like it's not like you go to your page and it's like a OnlyFans chick. Like no, it's you go to your page and you see like wow, this classy, beautiful, intelligent woman, always doing interesting things. Like your life is fascinating. So yeah, go ahead. Tell me about your like purpose and
Yeah, with the Instagram posts, it's actually quite watered down compared to what I go through,
mm,
or the details of the trips.
mm,
Many of them consist of just doing what God wanted me to do.
mm.
Yeah. So it looks like I'm having fun. I am, but
Yeah.
there's always this purpose. There's a purpose to almost every trip.
What
And I
in
like to,
in the sense of
yeah.
like missionary work type of
I would say,
right?
yeah, he makes each individual work differently.
Right.
It might not look like it, like I'm just having fun,
Right,
right?
right.
But he knows what I'm about, so he uses me in the ways he know it'd be suitable for me.
Right, right.
That
So
makes
what
sense.
yeah, absolutely what would be an example of some of the things that you do like while you're out on like trips?
I think it just started with like how he, I don't want to say crafted, chipped
Chipped
and
away?
worked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
you know,
Molded.
he
Yeah, yeah.
molded me since I was born. And okay, let me not fall off the track. So like one thing would be he sent me to. Let me talk about that one. He sent me to Miami one time. It's this. I don't want to name names, drop
Mhm.
names or whatever. He's a billionaire
Mhm.
on Forbes. No name dropping, 'cause he would.
Right, yeah.
So
Billionaires like to be private.
took me to dinner a couple of times, and we had some serious conversation. But prior to me going there, I had a message. Like I had a download. Are we allowed to talk about all these things?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I don't, people's gonna think I'm crazy, but
No.
whatever. Hey, it is what it is. So I had a download, and I was like, God, this is what you want me to do.
Mhm.
You're sending me there for something. You want me to tell him something. Something's happening, but you know he works in ways where he's not gonna tell me what it's gonna
Yeah,
be about.
it's mysterious ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you don't know. You have to kind of experience.
You
Mhm.
unwrap it. All right, so I went there knowing something's up. So when we were having these conversations, he seemed very intrigued by my experience with God. Then he invited me to dinner again while I was there. And the second dinner, I felt his presence
Mhm. Mhm.
came on me. And he asked him, what are your fears in life? And the guy started telling me my parents are getting old. That's what my fear is. And he said, but don't worry, I have, I'm just trying to not.
Right, right.
He's like, don't worry, I can live on.
Right, right, right.
So I'm like, oh, here we go. Now we're
Oh,
getting into the real
snap.
shit.
Okay. I'm gonna live in the matrix. I'm gonna
'cause
upload my consciousness onto the computer or something.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
So,
okay.
you know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That may
I'm
be.
trying to
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That may be what, because you know, it's what's interesting about things like that is the general public may not really be aware of how advanced things are and how maybe like we may be naive to the fact that there are people out there who are wealthy to the point where they can invest in cryostasis and being frozen and things like that. Like who knows what's it's a lot of times also I heard a story about Jeff Bezos, and he said that he thinks that he was sent to pretty much change the world, and he thinks that he's like a king. Like this is what he said. Like he thought of himself. He's like, I think of myself as a king that has the ability to, at this point in my life, like change the world how I see fit. I could mold my world and my reality. And when you think about it, you know, back in the day, he, with the wealth that he has created for himself and his family, like he would be a king, and he would be able to create his own like village, and like he would be at that level, that status of a man. And he was just saying, like in an interview, he said how he thinks, of himself in that regard, like if God gave him a special place on earth to shape and mold society. So I believe me, I think that a lot of these really um wealthy men, they may have a proclivity to do things that are kind of like extraordinary.
I already know.
Mm-hmm. You had an idea.
Yeah. So go to cloning yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As you cloning yourself. So he didn't say anything. Only God can do that, right? By staring in his eye.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, whoa, what is up with this eye contact?
Yeah.
At that point, I was like,
Yeah.
I know. And I'm not talking.
Mm-hmm.
He did look good, but inside there was substance. He was a beautiful
He was a
man.
soul. Like
Yeah,
he had a
he
soul.
had a soul. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was just conditioned, and maybe to believe that he can, go ahead and
Yeah.
do some godly things.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of power
Yeah.
makes people think that they're equal
Yeah.
to God, or that they can, like they have the arms to box with God. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like it's one of those things where you have like geneticists, for example, who think that, oh well, since I know how like DNA works and we know about life and this and that they can create life out of thin air. Like they don't understand that you can't replicate a womb, even though you can artificially create one and have a child in a like a fake womb or whatever. You may be able to do that. However, the intricacies and the complexities of God, the creator, how he created all things and how everything is intertwined, and there may not be a way to really get the same human being. Like if that child was an actual woman, it would be 100% different than if that child was just, like I'm big on that. Like if a child is birthed, I think it should be birthed like naturally, not like C-section or whatever, because there's something spiritual there. Like
For sure.
that's just how I think about it. Like
For sure.
yeah. So okay, so yeah, how was that? So that's interesting. Like a dinner with a billion. I mean, I'm not surprised. Like yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah.
That's like what was your were you nervous or
No.
no?
I've known him for 7 years, but we never hung out like
Right,
that.
right.
He tried to, but I was going through too many things in my life, and I think he knew. Although he didn't show much spirituality, but he knew. He's like, there was a reason why we never met
Right.
throughout the years. I said, yeah, because in my head I'm thinking I was prepared
Yeah.
for this moment.
You had to prepare yourself for that.
God was preparing me for this.
How was your
I was not scared.
well
at all.
yeah, when you like met him, did you feel a sense of was there a noble cause behind it? Was there a like a presence of peace? Was he a like cuz I would think like first thought would be a billionaire hitting up a girl. He's probably trying to get some. She's beautiful. Like millionaires only hang out with beautiful women, so it's like what's really going on behind the what's the intention behind trying to connect? That would be like my first thought, and then it would be okay, now you're there. Now it's like observing the situation and how he's moving and reacting to what's he talking about? What's his intention? Like,
Oh, most I don't know about most billionaires or billionaires. Most of them are pretty arrogant, maybe.
yeah.
But he was. Like, I like to say the word beautiful to describe.
Mm-hmm.
Cause men can be beautiful. Right? I think he's an intellectual and very gentleman like.
Yeah. That's a good connection. That's a good connection.
I miss him to this day, but I think I kind of scared him off a little
Yeah.
bit with the
with
God
the
talk.
God talk.
'Cause there was more words that were exchanged after that.
Do you all right, do you think that do you think like a lot of like millionaires, billionaires, are they more spiritual or religious, or like do you think there's a darker side, or cuz for example in the Quran it says that people don't really choose what they how it's like it's your destiny to be wealthy. It's like your destiny is to be either wealthy or your destiny is to be poor. And then in the Bible it says that no rich man. It says it's easier to squeeze a camel through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven.
There might be some truth to that, but it all comes down to if they're willing to lose it all to see God.
Yeah. Are you willing to just sacrifice all your material goods to for the betterment of That's a good point. Yeah.
I remember telling him, I was like, you might have it all, material, in the material world, like more than me, but I think in the spiritual world I am more advanced than you.
Yeah, you're more elevated and closer to God, which ultimately leads to a better like fulfilled life and heaven, right? If you like, for those that believe in heaven, to be in heaven is way better than to spend eternity in hell. Like, forget that. Yeah.
I remember. I remember like we exchanged the idea of him just having clarity, like daily clarity, but it just sounded like it's all work. Meetings,
Yeah. Very structured.
Yeah, very structured, strategically structured, and I'm just like, what about God? What are you gonna continuously do this? And what? And then now you fear your parents are getting old and you want to transfer your soul and all that. And I was just like, God's brought me here because I think He loves you.
You're the messenger for Him at the moment, where it's like, there's a saying where like, let's say your house is your house is flooding. You're like in a flood and you're on top of your roof and and then here comes like a boat and it says, oh, come, like, jump on the boat or whatever, and it's a bunch of people that they're dirty and they got fecal matter all over. It's like real bad, nasty, and then you're like, no, I'm gonna wait till the next boat comes because God has something better for me. And then it's like the guy then ends up drowning, right? And then in heaven he's like, God, why didn't you save me? And he's like, yo, I just sent you a boat. You know what I mean? It's like you didn't take the boat. You should have just got on the boat. That was your saving call. And it's kind of one of those things. It's like you may be able to, like, you might be the call that He received. Like, think about what you're doing. Think about God. Think about your soul. Maybe it's not a good idea to try to transfer your soul into a machine. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I didn't name names.
No. There's no names. No names being dropped. But this is something this is actually a known thing. Billionaires are into transhumanism. That's what it's called, transhumanism, where they believe that humanity, like, it's almost as though God didn't create you good enough, so you as man are going to evolve yourself to the next level. It's like, no, you can't. I tell people all the time, I was like, if you want to talk about technology and how advanced things are, the first place you need to look is within. Because your body is like on autopilot. If you cut yourself, it heals itself. You don't have to tell it what to do. You don't have to. It regulates itself. It's a house for your soul. So it's literally like, you can tell you are not your body if you really just sit there and meditate and think about it and feel yourself. You can
Absolutely.
kind of see that you're not your body.
Mhm.
So, and I tell people on a biochemical level, you're liquid metal. Like your body literally, like your blood has gold in it, it has iron, it has all these other metals and minerals in it, and it's like liquid. So it's like imagine being so advanced where you're metal, you're literally physically metal, and you're able to move it like how you move your body. It's like that's pretty impressive. That's like
Mhm.
the hand of God kind of
Oh
technology. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Yes.
Can't beat that. How you gonna beat that? AI is not gonna be able to create a
No.
body, not like this.
No.
I mean,
Body, okay, maybe, but the
not the
spirit and the
soul. Yeah,
soul
yeah.
can't replicate this.
Can't because we don't even know. You know, like how we can't you can't define it.
Right.
So is your soul like your direct connection to the Most High?
I've seen him.
You've seen him.
Yeah.
Okay, give me that.
Oh,
Explain that. How is that?
if I ever cry during this
It's because you
conversation, it's
strongly, yeah, yeah,
God.
yeah.
He is my everything.
What
Oh,
was that like? That experience, and where were you at that moment in time, like emotionally, mentally? What happened?
distraught.
Yeah.
I was I had a dark cloud over me for years, I would say.
Mm.
It just didn't want me to grow. It didn't want me to reach where I am now.
Right, right.
So this was when I turned 33. Around the time before before I turned 33. That's the year Jesus died, right? That's
Yeah,
the age.
33, yeah.
Not trying to say I'm Jesus or
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
No one can compare. But I was in a car with my ex-boyfriend, whom I called the devil. Yeah.
We're gonna get to him later.
No names, so no.
Yeah, he's not gonna be no one
No,
knows.
heck
Who's
no.
gonna know? No.
So I was in the car with him. He was driving at that time. And I fell into a trance. I was so sad during that hour. I think he made me cry for some dumb. Am I allowed
Yeah,
to
yeah,
cuss a little
dumb
bit?
shit. Yes.
Dumb shit.
Yeah.
Like always. So then I fell into a trance. Half asleep, half awake. Now I grew up in a Buddhist household.
Mm-hmm.
Taoism, Buddhism, whatever.
Taoist, yeah. I love Taoism, by the way. It's cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I like.
Am
there's-
I
yeah. No, you can.
no comment.
So no meat, right? Like you do no meat, meditating and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, one
Yeah.
creepy thing was my aunt told my cousin, "Oh, don't worry. When we die, we're going hell."
Oh wait, what? Whoa, what? Buddhism.
She
I
said,
mean Taoism.
she said, it's okay. We all go down there. And I looked at my cousin straight in the face. Oh heck no, I'm not going down there.
If
I'm going.
that's-
What?
Yeah, if that's where we're going, I'm not that. I'm
She was
changing
like,
my religion.
That's the norm. Everybody would go there. I'm like, that's Taoism.
Yeah. I'm out of there, buddy. I'm no longer a Taoist at that point. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good on that.
She was like, that's why we burn these money, fake money, and fake houses. We're bringing it down there for them, for the dead.
Really?
I'm like, what kind of,
That's like paganism, kind of,
I
right?
don't know,
Like,
guys.
kind
So
of.
do your own research.
Yeah,
on this.
yeah,
Don't
yeah.
quote me on this. But yeah, so I grew up in that kind of environment.
Yeah. Okay.
So I never experienced Jesus,
Mm-hmm.
nor the God in the First Testament, Old Testament. I believe it's the same.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I fell into a trance and I started making hand gestures like this. It's like I was worshiping something. So I went
Like
up.
while you were in the car,
Yeah,
you were just like,
I know it's narrow.
yeah.
But I just
Oh, it's narrow. It must be a
Right.
sports car. Hold on.
No,
maybe.
not even.
Yeah, like this.
It was a beat up car because not that I was poor. But that's another story.
You were in a car doing this. That's what's
Okay.
important right now, right? You're worshiping in the car. Something happened.
So I went up to the sky,
Mm-hmm.
to the clouds, and then I went to a dark space. It's almost like galaxy. I don't know.
Like a
I
galaxy.
saw stars, and then I saw water. That's the crazy part. You know what they say in the Bible?
It's the firmament.
Oh
Yeah, yeah. They talk about the firmament. Yeah, yeah.
I went through the water up there. Then I saw my brother in the waiting area. I think he was in the waiting. Because my brother died like a year or two prior to that. That revelation, I call it revelation.
Right.
So I asked him, so how you doing? He's like, I'm good. I'm good. Do you want to see mom? I'm like, nah. My mom's probably in the, I think it's the purgatory. I don't know. But
Like the place between like entering heaven
Yes.
and life. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
So,
purgatory.
like, remember, I don't know any of this.
Right, right.
I never read the Bible. I never touched it in my life. I actually did when I was young.
This is just like you're experiencing this at the
Yes.
moment with no knowledge of it.
Knowledge, nothing, no knowledge.
Wow.
So after that, I was like, no, I don't want to see my mom. Then I went up to the next step was this huge bright light, colorless, formless, but it was like the most beautiful, comforting, peaceful, and loving. It was love. It was all love. It was the I've never felt love in my life until that. It was unconditional.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I was like, oh, it's you. It's you, God. And I knew. We telepathically,
Yeah, was talking
yeah.
like communicating. Yeah.
he said everything's going to be okay. Then my stupid ass ex-boyfriend woke me up. Right?
Damn.
So I came back to Earth and I bawled out. I was crying hysterically. I was like, why did you bring me back? Who gave you the permission? Like, I just want to be up there. I don't want to come back here. Fuck this place.
What? It was that. It was like that.
It was like that. I was like, wow. So I cried for like hours, I think.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I was like, where's this experience?
How we get
Where
back
are you?
here?
So I was searching for him again for
time.
a whole few months.
Yeah, no, this is something that I've heard many times. People speak about their like a revelation where they receive, they just enter into they just see. Some people say that they see Jesus, or they get into a place where they just know that he's real or God is real, or they may be atheists, and then they experience something and it's so profound that they just know. It's like those people who they get into a car accident and then they like get resuscitated, but when they come back they say that they've experienced like heaven, that they know they're going to heaven, and they know what the afterlife is like. It seems like it's one of those powerful that's so incredible. Yeah.
And there's so many after that because I was greedy.
Yeah.
Once you experience that, you're like, I want more.
Well, I haven't. That's an experience that we all, wish we have. I guess I would say, being able to unequivocally connect with the source is something that I think very few people have it's in Spanish it's said dicho. It's like the don, the privilege of being able to experience that, because it is life changing for anyone. I've never met someone ever in my life who has said that they've experienced something like that and then they've been a bad person, or they've been they want to be part of Earth as much as they rather serve the Most High. What I'm saying? Because it's such a, go ahead. Like,
no, I love it.
Right. That's what it seems like. It seems like it's a profound experience that you try to describe it the best you can, but words can't probably describe what you feel like when you say that you felt love for the first time
in my life.
When I so my mom passed away, right?
Sorry.
And I remember like the thought, like, wow, my mom is no longer here, and that love that I'm never gonna receive. And I already, like, my mom knows that I love her. Like, my mom was my everything. Like, I get teary-eyed. Like, I think about my mom. She's my everything, right? And the thought of like the feeling of knowing that I'm not gonna be able to hug her anymore. That thought is like that unconditional love that she gave me. Knowing that I had that and then not having it, just that knowledge of not having it is like, imagine living life not knowing that there is what you've experienced. For example, everyone is living that life. It's kind of how I equate it to like my mom's love. That's the truest love that I've ever received. So imagine like not ever feeling that. That's crazy. But that's how you may feel. You experience something so profound, and now imagine no one else having that knowledge or feeling that sensation of love, and now you come back and you're like, damn it, you woke me up. And now like it becomes maybe like your life purpose. Like I want to show people.
That's what it is. And you know what? And I started researching. I was like, what was that? What is this? This is how they worship him in Christianity. So I read the Bible and I was, oh my God, the water, everything.
Everything that you've experienced.
Is the earth flat?
Oh, the earth, yeah. Is the earth flat? Damn.
What's going on?
Yeah, right.
So,
that's a great conversation, but
I started seeing many things after that. I kept asking, show me. So, I have a lot more information on what he showed me afterwards.
Yeah, like
Jesus, the angels, the devil,
all that.
Yeah, all that stuff. And I was all right. He said, now you've witnessed my love. Go out there and spread my message. It's like, you got it. On my knees, you got it. This is my life purpose now.
Yeah.
Whatever I do, it's for you. So, yep.
How would you equate your life before, like, having a new purpose? Because, obviously you may have, you were raised in a Taoist household, and then all of a sudden now you have this new profound revelation that, there's a message that you received where it changed your life, and it's given you a newfound reason to live, like a new purpose in life, to spread joy, spread love, spread, the message. What is the message that you would like to spread? What would be that?
Caught me off guard a little bit, but then I started realizing that all the pain that I've been through, I've gone through some.
Go ahead.
I was probably like the black sheep. I was the black sheep of the family. No one loved me. They hated me. It's as if I'm not family.
What?
My mother hated me, so she made my dad hate me. She made my siblings hate me. Like, she wanted to just, hey, you're not part of us.
But why?
I think I know why.
Yeah.
Now.
Why? Is it like real, like?
Because their demons knew what my purpose was.
Damn. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Her demons.
Damn.
Yeah. And even my grandpa. Right. Even my grandpa. She's like, so I really been through something. Like,
was it because
painful.
you were like the black sheep, right? Right.
Yeah.
You said like you never wanted to conform to that way of life. So like maybe what was it? Was it like the
I never felt love.
Okay.
Not only that, it was like they loathed me.
Like they
loathed
you. Yeah.
And I just never knew why. Like,
what could it be? You're such a sweet, woman.
Like, so I grew up bitter. I was so bitter. And hurt people. I think I was out hurting guys.
Really?
When I was young.
Yeah. Yeah, you're definitely, for sure. Those guys are all mad right now.
Yeah, girls gotta change.
Yeah, these guys are sad right now. Whatever guy went out with you, he's probably kicking rocks right now, for sure. Barefoot too.
I was like, oh man, I was like, oh, I hate men. I hate women, especially because of what my mom did to me. But that all changed through the years. So I think he put me through all that, so I know the pain of what people go through.
Yeah.
What men go through, what women go through, the pains, and then the people that are abandoned. So then I know how to love his people. So,
what was some of the earliest childhood memories that you had with your parents? How was that?
Yeah, you're lucky I'm healed, so I can talk about it.
Yeah. Oh, back in the day. I got you.
Man.
Yeah.
All right, So I think when I was like a few months old, she didn't want to take care of me, so she gave me to my widowed aunt. And so my widowed aunt took care of me till I was like 8. She always loved the boys. I had a brother, and I have a younger brother. Let me see. Damn. Okay. You know what? All right. Let's not fast forward to my mom's experience. How about my grandpa?
Yeah.
Rest in peace, grandpa. We make amends. We're good now.
Yeah. Rest in peace. So a moment of silence for your grandpa, for sure.
Oh, thank you. My cousins, the night before they left China, they immigrated to the U.S. around when I was 5 or 6, and my aunt took me to my grandpa's place, where my cousin also lived, and I remember I was playing with my cousin, the little boy, and he started crying. Kids, when we play,
for
sometimes
whatever
you get
reason,
a little hurt. It was nothing, okay? So he started crying, and my grandpa said, get that, out of this place. And it was like around 8 p.m. It was dark. I grew up in a village, by the way, in China. So.
Well, that would be interesting.
We were poor. So I didn't want to leave, and I started crying. I said, "Can I not leave? Can I just stay here by the gate, the yard's gate, and I'll wait for her here until she's done helping you guys?" He said, "No, get the out of here." In Chinese, I still didn't want to go, so I was just crying.
Right.
Like, imagine a 5-year-old girl. Like, you're really gonna do that? Like,
they're kicking you out.
Right. What? My cousin's just crying. He's not hurt, but so I didn't want to leave, so he took his shoes off, his slippers off. He's like, "Get the out of here. You are not family." Yeah.
But why? This is so
I left in the dark.
Yeah.
And I cried my way home.
Well, let me ask this question, because, like, all right, so, because you're young, you're like, is it like your dad? I don't understand. Where could this, like, you're not family? Where like, why so quick to, like, kick you out your family?
Yeah. Why am I not family? So
yeah. What was that about? Do you ever ask those questions? Like, what do you guys mean by I'm not family? What's going on?
No, I just took the pain for years.
Oh man, I would ask. I was the black sheep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was very, whatever they said, like, they would try to get me to go into church. Like, my mom, she was very religious, right? And my mom would want me to go to church, and I just was always questioning, because you're young, you don't really know. So the more because my mom was like,
God wants you to question.
Yeah, my mom was like extremely like, she did like, it was in Spanish, it's called comunidad, which is like every Wednesday, she'd go to her friend's house, and they would just sit there and talk, and it would be a conversation with with just like a group of women or guys, and then they would play like the guitar and sing and like read the Psalms, and it was very like now,
Christianity?
Yeah.
Oh.
And it was really something that I, like, looking back at it, I think is very profound for me. It was I didn't understand the value that it had, because my mom being, from another country, coming to this area and seeing all these other people who are also from other countries, and them congregating and being able to share, like, their experiences and talk about the Bible, like finding a cause to be unified and helping one another. Like, at that moment, I didn't realize the benefit of what was going on, because I was just like, oh, come on, Mom, I'm gonna sit there and listen to you guys read the Bible. Come on, like,
you'd rather be out playing.
Yeah, I wanted to be outside playing, and it made me like, I gotta prove that this is bullshit.
Oh wow.
That was kind of where my mind was. It's like, this is not the right way to live, because I want to be outside playing. So then I would question my mom, saying, no, but why do we have to believe in God? Because my whole thing was, God was boring. That was my thing. Like, the whole going to church, and it was just boring. So I ended up, like, always questioning her and battling and telling her, but Jesus is not Jesus and God is this and that, and like it was just crazy, always like asking arguments, having arguments. But what that led me to was actually like studying, and like
Yeah, I was gonna
because
say.
yeah, it led me to actually study, which gave me enough light, like enough knowledge to say, you know what, I understand.
Yeah.
I get it. I understand where she was coming from, and the value that it had, the importance that it had, and that formulated me to be who I am today.
Yeah.
Right, like very, like stoic, but at the same time a man, and like just religious. Like I'm spiritual. It led me to become spiritual.
That's beautiful.
But the knowledge of me trying to get her to see that it was wrong was what ultimately made
Led
me
you to.
being like, yeah, you know what, she's right. It's like one of those things.
We all have our
Way,
paths,
our way of going
Yep.
through it.
Wow.
So yeah,
Thanks for sharing that. That's
that was my journey.
Yeah.
Like I have a concordance. Like, see that right there? Yeah, that.
I was looking at this.
Yeah, the biblical concordance.
Wow.
So that the biblical concordance, what that is, a lot of people don't know about it, but it's it's like the definition for the Bible, like in its original, like let's say it was written in Hebrew. So in Hebrew it has every word, and then in the Greek it also has every word. So like if you want to see a word, let's say you want to see the word God, it tells you how many, like every single place, like every single place that the word is used and what it means in that specific place. And that's used by, literally like the Vatican. Like this is the law, canon law,
Does it break down like the numbers and everything?
Yeah, it breaks down. It, like grab it. You could grab it.
Yeah.
I'll show you. So the biblical
I love
concordance. So this is what it basically. This is like how it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So every word, it'll give you like, let's say you have, say whatever word. Let's say the word first, or the word father. It tells you every single place that the word father was utilized, and then it gives you a corresponding, like the G. It's for Greek. Yeah. So then you go to the Greek side, and you find out like what it means in the Greek. So in the Greek it means, and then it gives you it gives you the etymological meaning of it, like the actual what it means. Beautiful. And it does that for every single word in the Bible. So when I learned about this, and I learned how to study and interpret the Bible, like I'm big on not having to interpret. Like I don't want to ever think that, like, I didn't write the book and I don't have enough wisdom to be able to actually understand everything that's going on. So what I ended up doing was I said, you know what? I think the best way for me to go about, the scripture is to just be as literal as I can with the knowledge of the words. Like, what does the word mean, so that I don't have to interpret it? I'll let the law interpret it. So then I learned that, I learned the allegory behind a lot of words, like a lot of things, like where people, they may take it to a place where it's like, no, that's not what it really means. It's more like, this is what it means, And it helped me out a lot because it kind of gave me a new appreciation for the Bible. Gotcha. Like I really did. I learned a lot.
You know what I heard? Like they say, every time you reread the Bible, you get different perspective, like a different revelation.
Right.
Not necessarily different, not different, but you gain something else. You gain instead of.
Cause it's always where you're at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so wait, but I have a question for you. When you were in the village, what was that like? What was that growing up in a village in China?
Oh wow, the first thing that popped into my mind is when I was 4 or 5, I would go to the supermarket with. We lived right by the water, by the way. So I would go to the supermarket with my aunt, and then there would be a cardboard box on the street where the car comes back and forth.
A cardboard box?
A cardboard box.
Yeah.
And then you open it. It's a baby girl in there, newborn.
What?
Yeah.
What?
That's like the most prominent thing I can think of when you ask me that question.
That's
It's like, hey, take it. You know?
really.
Yeah.
That's how. So
It's too much, guys.
that's really wild. So wait. So hold
He
on.
left.
Yeah. He just said, wait. What did I get into? What's going on here? I'm out.
He asked.
So wait, hold on. And this is not a like that's. Can you tell me some of the things that you?
You didn't expect this from me
No,
today, right?
no, not at all. Like I'm
Like
thinking.
this girl on Instagram, like.
Yeah, like. Yo, literally, I'm thinking like you came down from a mountain of gold
Oh
and you
no,
were just like,
no.
like a queen just came down from like Asia and
No,
just.
he put me through some shit, man.
Yeah.
He put me through some crap.
I can't believe it, man. That's crazy. So like, what was cause like most people don't know like Americanized like people who just been in the United States their whole life. They don't really know poverty. They really have no idea. So I'm gonna tell you my perspective on like China.
Mm-hmm.
So I follow this page. It's literally my favorite page on Instagram. It's called like China Insider, or there's two. There's China Insider, and then there's like it's like China. The other one is the one that I like more, but I forget the name of it. It's like China. So it just pops up when they, because they don't post that often, but they post the most incredible, like they post how they use like worms for glue, and they post how they take silkworms and they make the silkworms make silk, and they make like how like in China how they made like wax, like just random things that they do, but they show you the process of how they do it.
Okay.
So it's so fascinating because it's like, wow, they really took this and they make, it's like everything is like back in the day, like cool. He's like, he has like a piece of wood and he's like slapping the something that he just made from days of waiting and weeks of whatever, and it's like the preparation of ink. Another one, he's like how they made ink. It's incredible. Like how did they make like the ink back in the day? You know what I'm saying? So I like when I think of China, I think of like the culture. Like I'm in love with Asian culture. I think it's probably I'm not in it, so I'm there may be nuanced, a bunch of things that I don't know, but I think it's a beautiful culture because it keeps families united. From what I know, maybe you can expound a little bit on what like living in the village and how that was, because I remember I thought you were like in Japan, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't know. I was like, oh, maybe she was just out there in Japan, and like you look so beautiful with your dress, and it was a culture. It's like I like that stuff,
Yeah,
so
me
can you
too.
can you go in on that, like the village part first, like your experience there?
Oh well, I've experienced how they make rice from like how they remove the
Oh, the little the thing on top of it.
What else have I
Cause it's real like
Well,
were you in the country, like the village in the country, or village like in the city? Was it city kind of?
No, country.
Countries.
Yeah, like village.
So how was? Yeah, because that's what I'm saying.
We didn't even have electricity.
Yeah. In in places in Dominican Republic or let's say Cuba, like there's no electricity. Like if you're in the country, you're actually, especially back in the day, you're living, showering, taking a bath with cold water, and throwing, putting the water, like it's cold, it's in the morning, you got to get up real early, and it's like a life,
Oh, so we put it in the bucket, and sometimes you let the sun make it
warm. Yeah.
That,
That's kind of, so you experienced that, like, yo, can you tell me about that? Like, what were some of the things?
I lived in a shack.
In a small house?
Yeah.
I lived in a house that had, like, the metal, the metal top, like, it's called scene. It's called scene. It was like a metal top. Imagine, like, it's metal. It's the cheapest thing you can get. If the wind came, it would just take it.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I experienced that. Like, I lived that when I was young, so I know, I've maybe different places, but similar situation, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah, very third
Aw,
world.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very.
yeah. So
Like,
can you go ahead and tell me about that?
so
That's
like
interesting.
when you cook, you have to put the wood in
Mm-hmm. Oh, in the
to burn the
furnace.
fire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. In my experience, I didn't live in the countryside, so I had like my grandmother had a small stove that we had, but we didn't have like doors. It led right out to our backyard. We just had like a wall and a small bathroom that was just like it was literally a hole on the ground, and we just had to use the hole on. It was just very third world, but we slowly like
Where are you from?
I'm Native American.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
But you speak Spanish.
yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
I'm a Native American from DR, Dominican
Gotcha.
Republic. So I'm like a Native American from Dominican Republic.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And yeah. So what was really interesting about that is that I saw how like my mom and my uncle, they came together, and my other aunt, they came together over time, and like we got a bathroom, and then they built it's like
Yeah. I
from
experienced
poverty.
the same
Yeah,
thing. So,
yeah.
oh my God! So we have pretty similar background.
Yeah. The I guess it it does something to the soul to see like from humble beginnings.
Yeah.
Humble beginnings.
Mhm,
A lot of people don't have that, so that it makes them, I guess, a certain way. Like,
Yeah.
it's like you don't. I guess it's one of the things I say is like if you're from a hood in America, I don't care what anyone says. If you're Black American and you're from a hood in America, listen to me clearly, my niggas. You are not in any way, shape, or form in any kind of danger compared to hoods in third world countries. You don't understand. It's not the same. You will get destroyed in a third world. It's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I know like there's people who like I have conversations with like my trainer and things like that about this topic, right? And it's like I just see it's very different. Two different perspectives. It's like third world life is completely different from the life that people live. Like unless you experience waking up in the morning and taking the shower with cold water outside, seeing little kids run around naked, barefoot, see kids when the rain comes, they're just like swimming in like rain from the street. Like it's crazy, not healthy, it's like not sanitary.
Yeah.
Right? Like that life is completely different.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah. So, okay, your experience there was did you at least like it a little bit?
Yeah.
How until what age did you stay out there?
8.
8?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, so
Grade. I
second
left.
grade.
I was so sad.
When you left, you were sad,
yeah,
right?
I had to come here to meet my parents.
So because you lived with your aunt,
Yeah.
and then they left, and then okay.
She was a beautiful woman. Like she was loving.
Yeah.
So I think I was lucky or
Yeah.
blessed. He was like, all right, I'm gonna put you here before you get a little older.
Oh, glory be to the Most
And
High.
it's hell in the U.S.
Oh shoot! And then so
but I'm a little older, so I can handle it in a way.
What was your experience when you got here?
Gosh, she was so toxic.
As soon as you like got off the plane,
I love you, I forgive you, right, Mom? But she was toxic.
Damn.
She didn't heal from her own trauma. Oh.
From like the traumas from like like China, like when she was in the village.
Her own family was fucking crazy.
Yeah. I never think like when I think Asian family households, I don't think no problems. It's like.
Not this one.
Yeah, they're living the best life in the world. There's no way like anyone's.
It doesn't show on the Instagram.
Yeah. Real life. Yeah, everyone. Everyone has, their family problems. Oh, yeah, every family for sure. It's a bit of, so for me, I look at it as like I look at Asian women and I see how like loving they are, and I guess maybe it's because of the ones that I've interacted with. I like see it two ways. Like you have the woman that's working at like a Chinese restaurant, right, that I've interacted with in my life, and they're very like businessy. They're just like quick to just hurry up and buy. You know what I'm saying? Like get in and out, like that kind of situation. So, but I don't judge that. What I see is like when I see families. So when I see families, I see because that's work environment. But when I go to like Fort Lee area, and Fort Lee has a very dense population of Asians,
Yep.
and when I go there, I just see loving families together and building and doing stuff, and I love seeing that, But yeah, I guess like everyone else, there's probably good and bad families or whatever, But I'm always just like the Asian culture is so rooted in their culture. It's just like
I'm gonna get comfortable.
Yeah, I think it's like, dang, there's no way that they're having problems. They just look all happy and they're structured, and you know what I'm saying? Like that's just what I thought, But go ahead, tell me.
No.
Yeah, man. I'm probably really ignorant to what's going on.
I mean, the Latinos have problems. We have problems too.
In Dominican Republic, there's a lot of Asian people that are coming into DR, and it's funny because now they're like second and third generation Asians in Dominican Republic, so they'll talk to you like straight Dominican, like they're straight que lo que, what's up, like they talk Spanish like really like and out there what I've noticed is like they cause no problems. Like Asian people don't cause no problems at all. You never see them arguing with people or having problems on the street. It's just like loving people, and they bring so my first actual no problem. My first I guess interaction with or getting into Taoism was in Dominican Republic. Believe it or not, it was with this family who their whole thing was to spread Taoism to the people of DR. Like that was their, like they literally went there on a mission to spread Taoism. Yeah. Yo, can you fix that? Oh wait, no. Is that this camera?
Wait.
That's camera 2?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Camera 7 is off.
Which one's camera?
As soon as we started, it went off.
This one?
This one that we set up last.
This one right here. This one's the one that we set up.
And that one.
Yeah, so turn it on, turn it off. I think maybe it's the settings. The settings may have it so that it turns off automatically. Like after 20 minutes. Is that battery? Press the. Oh yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. There's another battery, I think. Oh, he came back. Does he have the camera thing? Yeah, so you can just get the plug. Word.
Are they your guests too?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Oh.
Fook, he's like he's just my boy. That's the other guy was his boy, and that's my other boy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's a young guy.
Right on time.
Yeah, he's a young guy. He's a good kid.
Oh.
Very good kid. Yeah, they help me out. They come through and show support.
Oh, cute.
Yeah. They help out, and it's just good people.
Yeah.
Good people. What's up, man?
What's up?
The most beautiful woman
come
you've
on.
seen all day.
All year.
All year.
Oh, thank you guys.
No, for sure. I was bragging about you coming over.
Oh.
I was like, guys, look at this girl. She's coming over. I'm the coolest. Yeah, legit.
Pleasure's all mine. Pleasure's all mine, guys.
So yeah, so boom, you come here. My first memory when I got here was
How old were you?
I was 4 years old. And my mom gave me a Hess truck as a gift. Like when I came here. So I have a whole story because my mom kidnapped me from my dad to come here. Yeah.
He didn't want you to come?
My mom literally, like my dad my dad wrote a letter to the embassy to prevent me from coming here.
Why? What's his reason?
Well, my mom got upset at my dad. So, my dad's polygamous, and it's my culture. And yeah.
Is he Dominican?
Yeah. No, he's not. He's at Philippine actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I can never tell. Oh my God.
He's cool, right? He's awesome.
I was like Dominican.
Yeah. But So yeah, so my dad, like, so my mom basically got into it with my dad, and she came here, and she left me with my grandma, and my dad and my grandma were super cool. So it's like I stayed with my dad for the most part, and I was with my dad for like 2-3 years, and then no, like 2 years, and then my mom went back and to DR, and she like my dad wrote a letter to the embassy to make sure that I didn't leave the country, like so my passport wouldn't go through. So my dad's second wife, her sister, helped my mom. She was like a law. She's a lawyer now, but back then she just worked at the embassy, and she like helped my mom like forge a letter
Wow.
to get me to be able to leave. So when my mom got there, she went and picked me up, and just literally just like picked me up from my grandma's house, and we just left. Now I didn't know, like, I didn't even say bye to my dad or anything.
I'm like in love with your mom.
Yeah,
God bless her.
Yeah,
My
she
God.
is
That's
the most incredible,
yeah.
absolutely the most incredible person I've ever had in my life. Like,
Wow.
words can't describe my mom. All I can, like, the only thing that can really just like show people how loving and how incredible she was is like voicemails that I have of her, like her randomly just telling me like whatever she tells me like all the time. I'll let you hear one later, like, so you can kind of get a feel. Like, my mom was so loving and spiritual and just incredible.
She's a God-loving woman.
Yes, and like
That's
like a mom, like a real, like, I never seen my mom go on no dates or had multiple boyfriends. Never. Like, my mom is purity to me. I never even heard my mom go to the bathroom. Like, my mom was super feminine and super caring and loving, and everyone loved to be around her. And she read every night. She studied every night. She read, like, she was just so incredible. Like, my mom. Anyway.
How did she pass? I'm sorry.
How did she pass? COVID. Yeah, she passed away from COVID. 2021. Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm actually gonna be this month, 2021. So it's been like 2 years, and every time I just like, I during this time I go back, and she died November 27th, and I go every year. I'm committed to going every year for the rest of my life. For that day, I'm gonna be at her grave, like every day, like for this, the rest of my life. Like, that's my thing.
Wow.
But yeah, so I don't even remember where I was. Oh yeah, so my mom got me to go, and then when I got here, I landed, and she gave me a Hess truck, and that was my first memory. I remember it was December, and it was snowing, and I got this Hess truck, and that was the first time I saw snow, and I didn't get to touch it, but we were in the car and we were driving, and it's in the 90s.
Why, this sounds like my first experience too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was so it was like,
island boy.
Yeah, I'm the island boy experience.
He's an island boy too. But yeah.
So as I was traveling home, my mom was explaining to me, "Oh, this is New York and blah blah blah." Like, she's just teaching me stuff, and I didn't know what's going on. And that was basically my coming to America story. Like, it was just like, what the hell was going on? The first time I saw like cars that worked. It's like, because it's different in DRs. Everything is just, I saw streets. Like, you'd be surprised, like, the things that you're impressed. Like, I remember that night, my mom showering me, and I was just like I was like ready to feel that cold water, and it was warm. And I was like, whoa, like, this was a whole nother experience for me. So I loved it. Like, I was sad that I didn't see my dad or whatever, but I just loved the fact that I was like, we had, TV and stuff like that. Just different little things as a child you just appreciate. But yeah, that was that.
Aww. She was
So
like,
yeah,
I'm gonna give you a better life.
yeah, that's pretty much what she did. So yeah, so then wait, what happened after you got here, and then okay, so boom, bam. Now where do you go to school?
After I got here,
Yeah,
I went to school like 2 blocks from my place.
no,
Yeah.
it was so it was like a huge cultural shift for you. It was like, or did you enjoy it? It was hard. Like, what was your experience
Well, I cried my way to the airport.
to come here?
Yeah, I
Okay.
didn't want to
Yeah,
leave.
I was crying too for my
yeah.
dad. Yeah, for sure.
All right, I was crying for my aunt. And then when I got here, I'm just like, oh, all right, be strong, you know.
And your mom was your mom wasn't loving at all. Like no hugs. Like what kind of mom was she?
She did shower me the first night I got here,
Okay.
and
okay.
I felt very foreign, you know.
Mhm,
They always
mhm.
told me, because when I was back in China, they always told me she doesn't love you. She likes the boys only, so you better stick to your dad, be on his good side, because your
Right.
mom. But she sabotaged that anyways, so, you know. So she was but yeah, she showered me, and then the next day we went to apply for school. What else? Yeah, it wasn't loving. Okay,
Mhm.
it wasn't. She didn't.
So growing up, where did you get? Cause you're a loving person. So where did you get your love from? Like your dad?
Oh, so my dad, he has this macho mentality where, oh, you know, he didn't grow up with money. He was poor,
Mm-hmm.
so he made money here. He owned a bunch of chain restaurants in the
Mhm.
Midwest, so he made it pretty good. And he always thinks that money is love, so
Right,
he gives
right.
money.
Right.
But it's wrong. It's
Yeah, that's not really love. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, his time
Right.
time was more valuable to you than the money that he would give you or whatever.
You know, I don't blame him. I appreciate him,
Mm-hmm.
but I just he didn't have. Oh, I hate saying this, but I just wish my mom wasn't toxic. So then he would have been led by
By that feminine.
yes. But he also had his demons as well. Like he was kind of promiscuous.
Oh yeah.
But, you know,
I mean, I think all men are
yeah,
promiscuous.
yeah, I mean, we grew. You know, I don't blame them because they grew up in the environment that they grew up in, and
Right,
they were taught. You know,
Yeah.
society taught them and molded them into what. That's why we all need to heal. I
Yeah.
believe.
The world needs to heal. Yeah. What ways would you? What would be like? How would you heal the world? What would be things that you would do? What would be the first if you were Jesus, right?
Oh.
What would be the first thing? Like, how would you go about healing the world?
I used to think stupid, but love.
Love.
Yeah, I used to think, oh, that's so dumb and weak, right?
Yeah.
But after you experience it and you see the difference it can make, it's really love. It comes down to God's words, living in God's words, and it's not hard.
So let me ask this question. Okay,
Mhm.
love. What is your definition of love? It's one of the questions I actually had. How do you describe love? Like, what is love to you? What does love mean to you?
Well, the first thing that came to mind is, you know how everyone's like, nowadays in the world we live in, what
Mhm.
can this person do for me?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like,
That's
You know?
usually, yeah, that's usually how people think.
yeah.
Not willing to sacrifice for the greater good, or, yeah, and especially women nowadays. You know, women nowadays are extremely hypergamous.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah,
It's because of the mainstream media and all that. To me, I think if we don't remove
Mark Zuckerberg from power. If we don't get Mark
Like, we'll
Zuckerberg
get
out
into
of
that,
power,
huh?
yeah. If we don't get Mark Zuckerberg from his
it's bigger
position,
than this.
yeah. I mean, we could
They
talk.
have a whole team. That's why we need our team.
Yeah,
God's
God's team,
soldiers,
yeah,
man.
Yeah, seriously,
Yeah.
it's a, they're saying that it's a holy war. You know, like they talk about the holy
Spiritual
war. It's a
war, holy,
spiritual
yeah.
war.
And I appreciate you for doing all this.
Yeah,
I just want to say that before.
Thank you.
We jump into another. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I'm part of God's. I'm on God's side.
Yep.
I'm definitely on God's side,
Yeah.
and I had a like a spiritual moment in my life when I was, I guess, my cousin, I had him on the podcast. There was a moment where me and him would debate whether or not you should eat meat or not. You know, it was like I was pro meat, and he had already been researching, so he decided like meat is not the best way to go. And I was just like, but you have to eat meat. There's how you gonna get your proteins, and like just ignorant. And so what I ended up doing was I ended up doing my research. I became vegan and spiritual. Yeah, and yeah, not anymore. I eat cheese now and things like that. So I'm not like hardcore like I used to be. But yeah, at some point I was very vegan, like raw food, and all that. And during those times in my life, I was, I kind of wanted to save the world. I had that drive. I was just like, I need to heal the world. And how would I do that? Well, we first have to stop eating, dead foods. That was my whole thing. Like, I got to teach the world to stop eating dead foods so that we can have more love and more, healthier gut. At least we're going to start there. And I still to this day agree. Like, I think that that's probably the way to go about it. You know what I mean? Like, to a degree. But back then, as I was cultivating my spirituality, that was like really the first thing that made me say, or made me realize like I can affect a life, because of those experiences, I was able to share the information that I learned and help other people. I was able to cure people from diseases that they had that they didn't think that they were going to make it. So that that motivated me and drove me to learn more about health and learn more about so many other topics. And it kind of put me in the trajectory to think. In my mind, I thought like maybe I'm Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Like I had like a Jesus complex where I was like,
I mean, he wants us to be like Christ.
yeah. And then so it was like a part of me. It was like, yeah, I'm the messenger of God. I got to be able to provide a message. I have to give, I have to show the world through my actions, coming from where people just knew my story and knew where I came from and how I changed and da-da-da. Like, I went through all of that, and now I think I'm doing my part by just providing a platform, having conversation. I'm not going to go out there and kill people. I don't believe in going to war. Like, I don't believe in killing. Like, I think it's completely against, if you say you believe in the Torah and the 10 Commandments say thou shalt not kill, and then you're gonna join the army, bro, what are you doing? That's completely like, it's counterintuitive. You're going against God, and then but then I have a lot of thoughts.
Yeah, that's a tricky one, right? Like I'm not perfect.
Right.
Obviously, I got the lobster.
Right.
I'm trying.
No, none of us
Yeah,
are
but
none of
yeah.
us are perfect. Yeah.
But so it's funny that you mentioned war, because I was at a conference one time. So that's like a work event of a bunch of really high producers in the insurance world. So they hired this guy to speak. I forgot his name. Dan Mooney or something. It's a pilot, lieutenant, or something like that. Sorry, I'm not, representing him right. But he had a speech that he made. It was beautiful speech, profound, and he talked about God, which I love. I felt like God took me there for a reason. So he's like, there's no coincidences. Everything happened for a reason. And he was like, I was in the fight or flight.
Fight or flight response or something.
Yeah, and he mentioned at his lowest point in the plane, and he asked God, I'm weak. I'm the lowest point of my life. I want to end my life. And then he said God showed up in a distressed eagle. Up in the sky, a distressed eagle, like
an eagle
the state
flying,
that he
like,
was in.
Yeah.
Showing him, I'm still flying, or I'm not delivering the message right, but he's like, don't worry, I'm here. You know, he said he knew that was God. He was using the animal to show strength, to tell him, don't give up, keep going. So what I'm trying to say is that if we're not supposed to go to war, Not saying we're supposed to go to war, but
Mhm.
why would God show up to I feel like there's
Why create wars? Like
right.
why does
He
God
didn't create
allow?
war. God didn't create war.
What God allowed for
Yeah.
free will. This is how I
Yeah.
interpret it.
Mhm.
God allowed for free will, and then man created war. You know, like man created guns and this and that,
Mhm.
and we have created the environment for war. Like
Mhm.
it's not a, because it says vengeance is mine, saith the
Yeah.
Lord. So it's like
Oh.
we should, if we were to just, because you don't see animals do that. You don't see animals go to war with other animals. You don't see that. You don't see lions because, let's say the male lion ate the cubs of the other lion's son after he got kicked out from the tribe or whatever. You don't see that whole lion going and picketing and finding other lions to come and try to kill. It's like they don't do that.
Mhm.
But humans do that, and it's an ugly part of human nature.
Oh, that's because of the devil.
Okay, so what is your what is your interpretation of the devil? What do you think the devil is? And I'll tell you what I think after you.
Let's say his team
His team. So for me,
consists of humans.
yeah, for me the word devil in canon law means deceiver,
Yeah.
right? So for me,
100%.
people who deceive, that those are, because there's the word devil is a plural, and there's devils in the Bible, right? There's not just like one thing that's like the devil. There's devils.
Really?
So yeah,
Mm.
so devils, because it means to deceive. So
Mhm.
the way I see it is like, well, if I see a girl trying to put on a lot of makeup, or if I see Transformers, or if I see things that are kind of trying to deceive you, if it's like that's a evil. Like why would you lie? That's a
Mhm.
form of deception. Why would you sit there and try to make me believe something that is not true? You're taking away my right to the truth.
Mhm.
Everyone has a right to the truth. You have
Mhm.
the right to breathe.
Mhm.
I have the right to breathe. Equal to that, we have the right to truth.
Mhm.
And when you lie, you're stealing somebody's right to the truth.
Mhm.
So I think that's a devil. That's how I would interpret.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if the devil's like, how they represent it as a like a red man
yeah.
in hell with a
I've seen him.
yeah, see, so
I've
that
seen
yeah.
that motherfucker.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm not scared of you.
Yeah, so what's up with that? Like, But yeah, that's one of the things, like I've never experienced that. So I can't
okay.
say like I've seen the devil. I see devils.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like that's how I view it. It's like I see many. I see the devil in many things, like many evil things. Like, you see like signs, and it has 666 on it and things like that. Like I see things like that all
I
the
see
time.
too.
Yeah, like man,
Oh,
it's crazy.
so for me, it's sometimes I would think like you, like it's just that concept that you just mentioned.
Yeah.
But then when you see that face in someone, so my ex.
Oh yeah, you had mentioned that this. Oh yeah, we're gonna get into
Yeah.
relationships because I'm
Oh,
curious.
God
Yeah, I
damn,
want
that
to know
mother-
about that.
Yeah. Oh.
I want to know about that now.
He got
Possessed?
So I don't know if you ever been.
I seen
You seen stuff?
I seen people get possessed. Like I've seen people like on the floor, like, gotta do crazy shit. Yeah.
No, he didn't do that, but dang, some shit. All right.
I literally seen. Okay, so yeah, but go ahead. Tell me your story. I
But
seen
he
that.
would use the people sometimes closest to you.
Mm-hmm.
If he sees that you're getting closer to God, he's gonna try everything he can to stop you. Like the one thing is he used people that I love, like closest to me, to kill me mentally, physically.
That's a
Especially
shame.
mentally. Yeah. So he got used. The way he used him was to give him money, to give him like a successful business.
Mm-hmm. He used the devil's
The-
tactics to
that-
become successful.
I don't know what really went on in the spiritual world, but
Mhm.
if you don't, that's why the thing, like he didn't have God. No way in hell. Like I was trying to bring him to Jesus, but he didn't want to. So that's an easy way for the devil to
Yeah.
get into his mind. Eventually, he made him money. So he
Yeah.
started, the business went booming. He started making money. He started treating me like shit.
What kind of business did he start?
What is it?
Oh, okay. It's one of
Should I mention?
I don't know. Is it one? Okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
some
yeah.
big things. But
Yeah.
yeah. So we were having. So he didn't finish. He broke up with me. No explanation. Nothing. You ever heard of narcissist?
A narcissist, yeah,
because
absolutely.
they're possessed.
Yeah,
they're possessed.
narcissist. Yeah, narcissism is a horrible trait to have as a
Dude,
being.
it's
Yeah,
not- I went into like a whole narcissist.
yeah.
I got a narcissist degree after that. You know what I mean? After
yeah. You got the training to know how to identify a narcissist.
It's a demon in there.
Yeah, it's always I, me. It's like
Yeah.
never. Damn.
And they want to kill you mentally.
They'll
So
do anything to. They'll make you feel bad even though they did something wrong.
the gaslighting, the manipulations,
Yeah.
the degrading
Mhm,
words. Oh,
How could somebody treat you like that?
because they're not there anymore.
Yeah. Okay. That makes that. Yeah.
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 I try with the scientific way of explaining this
Do you-
whole mental illness.
Well,
or
let
whatever.
me say this. What the word demon breaks down to DMON. Vowels are interchangeable in the English language, so A could be O. Like you can change vowels. So if you change D means to go against, like D as a prefix,
Mhm.
and then man, it goes against man, and demons are like thought forms. This is what they like ancients say. That
Mhm.
demons are thought forms that take over people's minds, and they're like lower dimensional beings,
Yes.
entities
100%.
that can take over people's
100%.
mind. So I do think that there are demonic forces, demonic beings, demonic thought forms that are throughout the world, and yeah,
I-
it's
I love that you break that down to the word, because that's how genius God is. Everything he created has
a purpose.
yeah.
'Cause
That just shows him his power even more.
what reason would somebody have their victims? I see like a child of God being possessed. It's kind of like when Jesus went to he expelled the pigs, the demons, and he put those demons in because they have to go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like these demons can't just be throughout the ethers. They have to
No.
be placed in a specific area.
Oh,
If
yeah.
not, they're gonna reinfect the minds of those. So it's like banish them onto the pigs so that it's a legion of demons.
Legion, like you said, and it's like, so nowadays, what do we have that thing? What do they call? They?
420. What would they?
No, what do they want us?
Halloween?
No,
wait.
what do they want the kids to call themselves? They, she,
Oh,
he.
they. Yeah.
Demons.
Yo. Shit. Oh shoot. Oh shit. Let me take a sip.
Me too.
Let me take a sip of that. Oh wait, but let me say this. So alcohol is technically called spirits.
Spirit, yeah.
Spirits, when people drink alcohol, they get that demon in them.
Oh, shit, nah.
Yeah, if people drink a lot of alcohol, it changes their mind and it makes people demonic. Like it makes them start talking like talk. It's not good. This is all that. It's like not good. We shouldn't be drinking alcohol. We need to.
So,
Yeah.
correct me if I'm wrong, Jesus, right?
Mm-hmm.
He made wine. So I think we could indulge a little bit.
Water into wine, right?
Maybe just a little bit.
So yeah. What? But then here's the thing, right? With that, it's like, but you're not supposed to eat anything or have anything from a vine. So grapes are from vines. So then.
We gotta look into that
Yeah,
now.
it's now like man. Even if like, why did Jesus do that? But then Jesus also married. Jesus had a wife. You know that, right?
See, I heard. I don't know.
Yeah, Mary Magdalene. You don't know
You
about
think
Mary?
so? You
Yes,
think that's his
it's-
twin flame?
No, that's-
That's
But this is what
another
I'm saying. She
topic.
was a prostitute.
So he doesn't judge. It's, thou shalt not judge. So I started
Yeah.
judging when I got into the whole Bible thing,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, I have a gay cousin, and I'm like,
Mhm.
Kyle, he said that you cannot marry, I don't know what I was saying to him, but I think at that point, I remember Jesus told me, I got a download. He goes, "Thou shalt not judge my children. I'm the judge." I was like, "Oh, yeah, you're right." So but I can only tell them what the Bible says,
But then the Bible, so the Bible says that, okay, homosexuality is an abomination,
Yeah.
right? So then how does one now justify, if that's what it says, then you have, the only thing I can think of is, okay, well, there's the grace doctrine where you give them grace. It's like, they're good people, which that's how I kind of go about it. I don't see, I don't care what people do in their life. I just don't want to know about it. I don't care to know
Right.
about it. It's not my, it's not my thing. However, how does that affect society and, children and, homosexual parents wanting to adopt children? Is that going to cause for any kind of change within the child's mind? Or all these different things are thoughts that I have when it comes to, is the Bible correct in saying that, that's not good to do or whatever, like what's the wisdom that the Bible has that
My interpretation, like my thought on this would be, I love gay or not gay, and I can only tell you what he says.
Would you want your son or daughter,
Like I can only tell people what
it's rough. It's
the
a
Bible
rough
says.
Yeah.
You plant a seed and
Yeah.
you let
Let it
the
grow.
Holy Spirit do the work
Mhm.
if he wants to,
Right. Because everyone has free
right,
will.
Yeah,
Everyone
yeah.
has
It
free will.
comes down to I can't.
I'm pro everybody.
I got no comments.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm all love. All right?
I'm all love. Exactly. I'm all love. Like, and I'm all
Yeah.
love. Like, I really don't care.
Mhm.
Like, I have people that I know that are homosexual that I like. I'm cool with. I don't care. I don't care. I don't even think that. I don't care. It just don't affect me.
Yeah.
It doesn't affect me. So it has nothing to do with my world, my reality. Like, do whatever you want. Just do you. Let me do me. I don't care. Whatever. That's just.
So for me, I had a time when my friend was like, "How are you gonna tell me?" He basically we had a debate. He's like, "I'm spiritual, and you're so full of like Jesus and all that. Like, but I believe in one God, and I don't need to go to Jesus."
Oh yeah.
Oh,
What's your thoughts on
So
that?
he said, "Oh, so
Yeah.
this is an interesting thing." And then I said, so I was like, I was questioning it too. I was like, "Lord, forgive me, but I'm gonna have to do some research on this. How about you enlighten me?" And he made me go to something propelled me to go to the park.
Mhm.
And in that park, it's the park near my place. There's a little bookshelf, like a enclosed bookshelf where people would donate their books.
Yeah.
And I went there, and I never really see like God books because
Mhm.
it's usually different every day. So I saw a book. I forgot the name of the book, but oh gosh, I wish I remember. But I have it recorded down, and it made me open the book. On the first page, not the first page, but whatever page I opened, it was a verse, and it says, don't mind me, I don't remember the exact words, but it was something like, "A wavering mind." Should I just Google it?
I mean, yeah. You
A
can Google it.
wavering mind has no
let's see.
directions. Google
Let me
the
see.
wavering mind
A
verse.
wavering mind verse.
He was talking to me basically while I was on the phone with my friend having that debate.
Mind. Let's see. A wavering mind Bible. Wavering mind Bible. Let's see what comes up. King James, it says, "But let him ask him." Is this it?
There you go. That's the.
Was this it?
Yep.
It says,
For he that wavereth is like a wave of sea driven with the wind and tossed.
For let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord. A double-minded man is unstable in all of
There
his
you go.
ways.
The last sentence.
Yeah.
That was.
Yeah, a double-minded man a
Yeah.
double-minded man is unstable in all his
That's
ways.
what I told my friend. I was like, "Look, he just spoke to
Yeah.
you right now."
And that's the King James. Yeah,
Yeah.
it says. Damn. Yeah, that's
the last sentence was what
double-
stood
yeah.
out, and I told him he is directly speaking to me and you.
Yeah.
So the fact that you're making me question him again, he is scolding me, like in
Yeah.
a way. You know,
A
it's
double
like,
double-mindedness.
So I'm telling you, like,
Yeah. That's one of the
he works
things.
in like very mysterious ways.
That's like the
Yeah.
people that are, again, back into the being deceptive,
Mm-hmm.
because it's like you're either for it, you're not for
Yep.
it. You know what I'm saying?
Get
That's
your feet on both
yeah.
worlds.
It says in be in the world but not of the world.
Yeah.
You know, like, or be of the world, not in the world. I'm not sure which one it is, but the interpretation that I get, or what I think of, is, I'm here, but my spirit is with God. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, that's how, like, I'm just here physically, but my spirit is not here.
Right.
I am with the Most High. Like,
Yeah. Now back to the LGBTQ topic that we had. It's funny you brought it up because this morning I read an article. So I'm all love, right? I already
Yeah.
said that. I mentioned but I'm just going by according to what the Bible says.
Right.
And so I saw this article, and basically there's a church in Boston
Oh God.
that allows.
For the like LGBTQ
Yeah,
stuff.
so they've been performing all these marriages for the that community, and it got burned down.
Oh, someone burned it down, or did it just
No,
naturally?
They said it's lightning, like lightning
Yeah,
strike.
lightning. That's Zeus.
I
Zeus came with the thing. Was like, not here.
don't know, but
That's wild.
shit.
Yeah.
And God doesn't let no churches burn.
So here's it's one of those things where it's like, the spiritual aspect of what takes place is like, is that God? Is that what's going on? Are we supposed to feel bad for something that we may not agree with taking place? Because and mind you, Christianity is one of the religions that they're more lenient towards like certain things, where you have like the Muslim religion. It's not really very lenient towards any of that stuff. It's like, no, you're not gonna be part of the homosexual community, because the Quran completely does not does not allow for that. There is no space, but Christians are more likely to allow for that to
Yeah, the number one thing is he's like forgiveness.
yeah,
So
but to what degree?
Oh yeah, he gets mad too.
Because yeah,
He gets
yeah,
mad.
the
He's patient, but there's a limit.
So I have a few questions here that I think would be relevant to some of the things that we're talking about, right? Because it's these are like edgy questions that are kind of wild. But before I even get into these questions, I wanted to ask you about your like boyfriend, your
Oh,
ex-boyfriend or whatever, or just relationships in general.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your opinion on the state of like the dating world, the dating market, what's going on with men and women today? Seems
So
like they're very divided.
I'm speaking from my own experience. So
Yeah.
I've been through it at both sides now, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I can compare and contrast, whatever. Man, it's crazy out there.
It's the wild, wild west.
I say if you don't, men and women, if you don't have to give your body away, please don't.
Yeah.
Because you're giving a part of yourself.
Your soul.
Yeah. And then now after that, you want a marriage, it's really hard because you can't really glue it together anymore because you're all over.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
From a spiritual perspective.
Yeah, from a spiritual perspective, once
Yeah.
I think that women, when they lose their virginity, like in the Bible, we could look this up. Marriage means sex. So when a woman has her hymen broken, she's married to whoever this man is. That's why it's so important to marry, have sex with the intention of being with that one individual, right? And then, so now in this society and how things are, everyone is just like, the culture is sex. Like, we're gonna dating. Dating didn't used to exist. There was no such thing as dating like 200 years
Right.
ago. This dating is like a new concept.
Yeah.
Taking girls out on dates, like, why would you put two people that are horny and young in a room, like they're gonna want to do it.
But
That's
back then it was just straight marriage. Let's go straight
yeah,
to marriage.
it's like we're gonna get married because there's a you sanctify your relationship through sex. You become one when you have sex with your wife or your wife at that point. But now it's not like that, and because it's not, my opinion is that women have they're hurting themselves with every partner that they have sex with. It's like they're losing a bit of their soul, and they're allowing a man to imprint on them, a bit of who he is. And then because of that, she now is burdened with a soul inside of her of someone that she may not really like or may not really love, or so the whole relationship when it comes to like love and God and sex, I don't see a lot of that around.
No.
I see just a lot of just sex.
Yeah. And not like there's no way to ask for forgiveness. You could pray and ask him to renew you. And
yeah, but you
possibly find a husband.
Yeah, if you hopefully that's the in society nowadays. It's like the best. Everyone is messed up. Like look at that guy. Look, he's he's messed up. He's struggling over there. Look at that guy. We all struggling. We all trying to survive. We all trying to survive.
It's like a whole test. I think it's a test.
Life is like a test. Yeah. So it's like we're here trying to figure out how we're going to be able to become the best version of ourselves while doing things that may not be the best for us. But as we grow, it is our duty, for example, to teach the youth so that they can better themselves and learn from our mistakes. But that's not happening. I don't see a 40-year-old woman, right? Like, for example, a 40-year-old woman, I don't see them like truly taking the role of like grandma or whatever, like, or preparing their mind to be grandmothers. I see a 40-year-old woman having the mind of like, let me figure out a way to still remain young and look young. And this, it's like, why not just try to be the best? Like, why aren't you taking this time to learn as much as you can about being a woman so that you can teach the younger women in a way where it's like, okay, they're gonna internalize what you're saying and your experiences and your, you know what I mean? I don't see a lot of that happening. So
that's what I don't want to judge because I am a sinner. I was deceived. We're all deceived from the moment we were born. Let's just say that. So for that's why I don't want to like judge anyone. I just feel like since we've awakened, I was
we're conscious, we're illuminated.
So we can bring awareness.
We can only do our part. Yeah, that's all we can do. Because
and the rest we leave it to God.
We're all scarred. We all have our scars. So what we can do now really is just be able to find ways to give back to the youth. Like, I'm big on youth. Like, I was taught because of the donated time of the elders that I was around. NFL guys, people, like, I played football. It was a big part of my life growing up as a teenager. And I didn't have money at that time. So the donation, the time that was given to me by those men who like literally just donated out of the goodness of their heart, that changed my life. That changed me as a man. That gave me guidance, the guidance that I needed. And I know for a fact that women are not having that same, that same guidance. Like, the cheerleading coach is not teaching you about being, godly. They're teaching you to go out there and wear a little skirt and this and that, and it's okay, girl, wear whatever you want. Like, that's where I think
I've been there,
How was your like dating experience and like men? Tell me about men. What's going on with men in your opinion? What's up with that?
Men are scarred.
Yeah.
I love men.
Yeah.
I think we need men. Like the whole Barbie crap. Like get the head out of my sight.
What's
You know,
up?
I'm sorry. Like,
What happened with Barbie? You know,
dude, they're making men look like bunch of little bitches. Like no, that's
they been looking like little bitches.
look at what Drake is doing. He wears more hair clips than I do.
Wait, Drake. You know what's crazy? But Drake's been. I think Drake is because he's singing and being all like, yeah, like, why are you doing that, man?
He said,
It's
in
like-
one of the songs that, what can you do for me? What's his
Yeah.
name? The guy that's in this.
Who? I don't listen to music.
Oh,
I
okay,
don't
but
listen to
he was.
music.
I think I heard something like, "You're turning me bi. You made me." What
What?
kind of message is this sending to kids?
But you know the biggest Latin artist is like Bad Bunny or whatever, and but see it's like the thing like, who is behind all of this?
you know who?
I know who.
I know who.
You know who.
We all know who.
We know who.
These motherfuckers sold their soul and assholes a long time
Yeah,
ago.
damn. And they sold their souls and their assholes. That is a fact. Yo, Drake Drake is taking L's and like, but he's not the only one.
No, he's not.
It's his manager, his producer, his songwriters, his
Mm.
like all of these things. It's a wicked machine
Yeah.
that needs to be stopped. Like people don't
Yeah.
understand that this stuff is not okay. This is one of the things that I did to elevate my consciousness. I stopped listening to music
Me too.
completely.
Me
There
too.
is no
It's-
music. I don't want to listen to
It's
music.
witchcraft.
It's witchcraft. Yo, that is a great.
No, it is.
So how did you come to this conclusion?
I've heard about it,
Yeah.
and I'm like, interesting, okay. And then sometimes they would play back
Oh,
some
the
of
songs.
yeah,
and
like let's say one of JC's songs. I forgot what it was called, but you
Lucifer.
play
It's called Lucifer.
yes,
Lucifer, son of the morning.
and then you play it back. You know what it says? One
six,
of the words
six.
and murder,
Jesus.
Yeah, I was like, oh,
But yo, this is crazy. That's
Dude.
true. I forgot about
and
that.
you know, like so. That's I
Yeah.
already believe it, but then you have to really witness it. So
Yeah.
one time I was listening to one of Chris Brown's songs in my car. It was something like, "Turn that ass around," and I'm gonna
Clap it.
something about put
Clap
a
it.
ring on you or something like that.
Yeah.
I forgot what it was called. So I was listening to it. I'm like, oh, this is, you know what, Lord, like, you know,
Let me get
maybe
this.
this is fine. You know what I mean? Because it's talking about marriage and, you know.
Right.
Then I was listening to it and I was on the highway driving. A car drove right by me with the license plate don't like. I was like, oh shit. Wait, are you talking to me now?
Yeah,
He
like you
speaks
get
to me
messages. Yeah,
it's
your
like
messages.
don't like. Oh, let me turn that shit off.
Synchronicities and all that.
Yeah. I believe there's no coincidence. It's like how we meet
Synchronicities,
today
yeah.
and we're doing that. This is not a coincidence.
Yeah.
He put this together.
Amen.
Amen.
Facts. You know, like one of the things that I think that I enjoy most about speaking to you is you're like grounded in reality with your beliefs. You know, like you see things and you internalize it and you express them in your own spiritual understanding and things like that. And it's like pure. Like you're genuine about your beliefs, and it's important to have conversations because can you imagine having a conversation with someone who's just so rigid and stern and doesn't really like
that verse, right?
yeah,
Wavering.
it's like those are unpleasant.
Yeah.
Religious conversations, or when people talk about religion, they're very some people are very like they look at it like it's like a battle between ideas. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're like, oh well, you know, you believe in Jesus, like they get real crazy.
Yeah.
They get real crazy. It's like, man, have you ever read it's part of I think it's like an Masonic type of book. It's called The Aquarian Gospel of Jesus Christ.
Aquarium?
The Aquarian Gospel
No.
of Jesus Christ.
Tell me
I
about it.
recommend it.
Yeah, Aquarian. Okay.
Yeah, it's so what it is, it's about the 18 years of Jesus Christ's life, that wasn't accounted for in the Bible, and it's really good. It's beautiful. It's like
Masonic though?
it's like a Masonic book. Yeah, it's not, you know, it's usually not discussed. Like people don't really know about that book. It's like one of those rare gems, you know. But I think that there's a lot of knowledge and wisdom, a lot of wisdom behind the book, like in the words, and you know, it's good. it's a good book. It's a
So
good.
I like that you bring that up. So there's so many information out there, right?
Mhm.
How do we discern? So that's when you need the God.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
you gotta
You
pray.
gotta pray to Him
Yeah.
to show you if this is real or not.
Yeah, show you the way.
Yeah.
I'm always open to knowledge.
Mhm,
You know,
mhm.
like I'm not. You know, King James wrote a version of the Bible. But King James also wrote demonology. You know that? He wrote a book called
Like that,
Demonology.
yeah.
So it's about, for me, it's about the knowledge of what's happening, like beyond just the surface level. Like I want to know what King James wrote about. Like he wrote the Bible, great, but what else did he write? Oh, he wrote demonology. Okay, I'll read that too.
Mhm.
I'm not somebody that's gonna like, oh no, I'm not gonna talk about that, or I'm not gonna read that book because that has the, that says Satanism, the Bible, like the Satanist Bible. I'll pick it up and read it and see what's going on and like what are they thinking about.
Mhm.
I don't agree.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be like, okay, well that's different. That's weird. I know that makes sense. Okay, that doesn't. And I'm not gonna be judgmental towards the cover of a book. I'm gonna sit there, read it, and then I'll make my be like, oh man, sacrificing children. That I'm not with that. You know what I mean? Like, so that's how I kind of think about what's the time? Does it say our stream?
The stream time is 1:51, 1 hour 51 minutes.
Okay, cool. We'll do like another 9 minutes.
Yeah, sounds
Yeah?
good. Mhm.
All right. So here's a question. What are some of the major milestones and highlights that you've had in your life?
Major milestones and highlights. Damn. All right. Goes back to. So, when I was 19,
Mm-hmm.
I left home because my dad wanted me to get married to some guy that he
He
like,
chose?
yeah. And I was like, no. He said, all right, you're old, get out of here. So he didn't tell me to leave, so I left. I was like, I'm not gonna stress out anymore. So I left, and then ever since then, I had to prove to them that I can make it on my own. So it was all about money. All about success, money, making it, blah blah blah, right? And then I did accumulate some savings,
Mm-hmm.
and I did pretty good. I'm pretty okay for myself. Got myself a place and all that. And then I lost it all.
That God.
That God, right?
God.
Yeah, there you
God.
go. Oh man, I went through depression. I was like, wow,
All that
you
hard
really.
work.
I know. I was like, damn, really? Well, he didn't make me lose my place.
Yeah.
So he was like, I'll give you what you can handle, but you're gonna have to learn your lesson. And so I lost it, and then after that, I lost the fucking ex that I thought I was gonna marry.
Oh wait. Tell me about this
Yeah, we would.
ex, man. He's the devil. We gotta go
right,
in.
right,
Yeah,
okay.
Tell me what's going on.
That's the milestone.
I feel like there's a lot
But
there.
but the lesson here is this. Do not. I remember going through. Damn, I went through therapy, spiritual therapy, like all that.
Yeah.
Nothing worked, and I pray to God. And He's like, now you learn your lesson. Don't ever worship materialism and another person over me.
Damn.
Yeah, it was a tough lesson. I was like, I got it. Okay, so I don't care. It's all good. I can make it all back. So that's the lesson for me. Right?
So
The
wait.
milestone.
Okay. So this because
Relationship.
I always ask women, right? So me, I don't like I guess I could say I'm kind of shallow in the sense that I don't really interact with women that are not like beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like beautiful not only outside but inside. Like I don't want ugly souls around me.
No, that would drag your life down.
I don't want ugly souls around me. And what I've noticed is that beautiful people are always like shining. You got what I'm saying? Like there's
truth to that.
There's a light inside of beautiful people.
There's truth to that.
You walk in a room and you can tell if somebody has like an ugly soul.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Okay. With that being said, here's the question that I have.
Wow.
How does somebody with a beautiful soul, shining, meet or get to or attracts a devil? Me being your ex or just like men who are negative. So as a woman,
Wow, great question.
yeah.
Huh. I felt like I also needed to learn lessons.
Oh, he was more like a lesson that you needed to. Is just
So it contradicts. Sometimes I'm like, damn, it was a good lesson, but toward the end, why was I seeing the devil in his face twice? And he came to my house. Ooh, but then again, like when I first met him. All right, I know now. From the spiritual perspective, right? He came in. He showed me fun. It was lust. I think it was lust. So we have to discern between lust and real love.
Yeah.
That's what. And he probably had the.
He had toxic. It was toxic love.
Yeah, it was. I think we all might have to go through that.
Yeah. What was his ethnicity?
He was Asian.
Asian.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, Asians actually they stick together all the time. You guys.
Oh, he sticks together with his Asians, but I'm.
You're open to other races.
Yeah, I'm not confined to.
To Asian men.
I like to know different perspectives in life. Like just.
So he was he like so he became toxic over time, or was he just like something about him was intriguing from the first onset?
Looking back, there was definitely it was good to him. Like there's good inside him, but
when he started making money, he changed.
He was not real. Then that means they say like the men's loyalty is tested when they have money.
Yeah.
So that's who he really is.
But
that's who he is. The how he left is who he has always been.
Was he?
So I'm like. Fuck the little good things that he did here and there.
Yeah.
That's just breadcrumbs.
Was he like older, younger?
Older.
So that most men.
A little older, not too much.
Yeah. Not like a 50-year-old.
No.
Yeah. But most men are like they have multiple women. So what? I mean, it wasn't worth to like fight through, I guess, whatever his infidelities were to just...
There was no infidelity. At least maybe toward the end maybe, but during
How long did you guys date?
But I fought for that. I believed in it. I was like, you know what?
Yeah, you fought for the relationship.
Yeah, I did. He didn't.
Oh,
never
man.
did.
But what
I should have seen the red
on?
flags.
Yeah.
I wish I knew better.
That's crazy, man. I don't understand. Like, I don't know, when people have a good woman, why would you lose that,
Because it wasn't love.
He just was lust. Love. He just had lust.
Yeah. It wasn't godly love.
Yeah.
He didn't have that in him. How's that? So toward the end, he was used. So he left, blaming everything on me, made me go crazy. So I was like, you know what? I seek help and I got over it, right?
Yeah.
I was healing. In the process of my healing, he saw that I was happy. He came back to finish me off. That's when I saw
who he really was.
The devil's face.
Yeah, who he really was.
It's like the narcissistic playbook, right? The demonic playbook. He fit in every criteria. That's when I know, damn, man, this is not a person anymore. This is demon.
Literally, he was doing things to just hurt you on purpose. Now he sees
mentally.
that, he's trying to manipulate and hurt you and harm you. He's not going to physically harm you, but he'll emotionally try to control you and scar you and hurt you and torture you with his...
Like he wanted me dead.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to believe in God? He came over to my place, and I have a notebook on my fridge, and I put the notes like, I love you, God, thank you, blah, 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 like, ripped it off. You're gonna tell me that's not...
But why? You know what I'm saying?
Because the devil hates God. So I put everything together, the puzzle pieces. Like that's why I was like, I could write a damn book with this shit. He came over at night. He played He put on the movie immediately, and the movie, I remember seeing it. It says demon something something. I was like, yo, you got
Demon.
And you know how they do witchcraft through movies?
Through movies. Yeah, absolutely.
And when we were
Rituals
sleeping,
and stuff like that.
he played like these rap songs. I was, how you sleep with rap songs on?
Yo,
so I was like, what are you trying to do to me here?
To brainwash
Yes.
you so while you're sleeping.
It's real.
Yo, that's
so
a
people,
fact.
you're gonna tell me something like you can't convince me that shit ain't real.
It is.
I seen the devils, the red. You said the red face.
Mhm.
That's what I saw twice, 2 occasions.
You know, this is, and I'm glad you brought that up because it goes back to the media. It goes back to the music industry.
Yes.
You know, Kanye West said something, and we'll do it right now.
Yeah,
He
nobody can
said-
convince me the devil ain't real, man.
Yeah, he said go to your iTunes and go to browser, go to hip hop, and the first 10 songs, like the top 10 songs, are all degenerate. And here I see
Cobra,
Megan
come
Thee
on.
Stallion, Cobra, whatever that. Yeah, you know what I'm
you
saying?
mean?
Like first person shooter. This is Drake, first person
They're
shooter, Patty
brainwashing,
Cake,
see?
Ocean Spray, like Puff on Zooty.
That's why like, I can't judge people because look
they're
at
being
what
they're being brainwashed. You're being manipulated
I just
and
pray
used.
for you. You know, I hope one day like us we
Yeah.
woke up.
These guys are artists. They make
Yeah.
great music. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh
Yeah.
my god. Yes, we need
Yeah.
that, man.
Yeah, they're good men for real. Like if people don't know, like back in the day, listening to like like to Nas, there was crazy. It was artistic. It was it wasn't the most positive music in the world, right? But it was storytelling.
It's poetry, right?
Now
Yeah.
it's mantras. It's the same words being said over and over. Percocet. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's to control.
Yeah.
I never seen somebody double cupping in my life. Like
What's that?
double cupping is exactly when they have like a syrup or whatever, they put medicine inside, like medicine and codeine and like alcohol, and they call it lean or whatever it is. You know, like double cupping. They put 2 cups or whatever. They do drugs. I never seen that growing up. None of the kids that I know knew about that. We had the cough medicine and cough syrup. That was all in everyone's fridge. Wasn't regulated. You could buy 10,000 bottles of whatever they use, right? But then over time, I guess somebody put it in the music, and now all of a sudden, all the guys was doing it. There was a period like 3, 4, 5 years ago where it was like a thing where the youth were just all like leaned up, like they were drug addicts. But who taught them that? The music did. So it's 100% a way to
100%,
control and
yeah.
destroy.
Oh yeah, and the way like fuck bitches, fuck niggas.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. So here's
Megan Thee Stallion won't fuck.
yeah. So here's another thing. with that whole thing, it's like
The girls can be pimps too.
and first of all, exactly. And here's the thing: a stallion is a male horse.
Yo.
So that's here you go with that. That's kind of weird. Why would you call yourself that? And then it's like
Nothing is coincidence. man.
nothing, and it's like,
Yo, we live in a stage like.
yo, the world's a stage.
Yeah.
Because this is not. This can't be real. I can't even make it up.
No.
Like, here's the thing that I think about all the time. You know, how was the Bible written thousands of years ago, and yet we're seeing things like that are written in the Bible happening in real life right now.
The prophecies are real. Oh my
In
God.
real life, like I'm looking at things, and you can't deny.
No.
I don't care what you believe in. You could be completely against all whatever, but you can't say that you don't see like Babylon. You walk outside.
You're gonna get me killed today.
You know what I'm saying? You can't see Babylon. There's something going on with the world.
Yo.
Yeah, it's
I don't
wild.
know, man.
It's wild. It's wild. It's wild, and
Damn, we're going deep in this shit.
yeah,
now. Oh,
I mean,
shit.
you know, we
we're
probably
going Zerka.
yeah, we could probably keep it chill here, and then just leave room for our next conversation. You know, because there's just so much to unpack and all the things that we were talking about. Like, I'm gonna watch this whole episode back and come up with even more topics. Like, it's like we literally just scratched the surface.
We did, yeah.
You know, there's so much to talk about.
Oh, I got more experiences.
Yeah, like I'm sure like we didn't.
Oh, life is a testimony, man.
I literally didn't ask you about like things that I saw, like friends that we may have in common, that we, you know, like people that you know that I may see on my Instagram. I know them. You know, just like so much other stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, my Colombia trip.
Yeah,
Dude.
I mean, see, like I want to ask you, telling me this now, and I'm like, okay, well, tell me more. You know what I mean? But
Damn.
this is, you know, we got to give the audience something to want to talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Just spill everything.
So, you know, we'll leave it for, you know,
Okay.
another conversation at another time, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say I thank you for being here and showing support, you know.
No, my pleasure. My
yeah,
pleasure. Thank you for
it's
having
an
me.
honor, and thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Woo!
Thank you for being here. I appreciate
That
it.
was awesome.
So yeah, guys, that's gonna be the stream for today. Hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, and we hope to see you guys on the next stream. Peace.